Hi guys, this is Sharifa from On Point Aesthetics. Today we're going to be discussing waxing. We're going to talk about pre-wax, what to do during your service, and post-wax tips. Some pre-wax tips include exfoliating before your appointment. That will help soften the hair, get rid of any extra buildup or dead skin, as well as soften the hair follicles. Another pre-wax session tip is to avoid oils, lotions, or anything heavy on the area that you are going to wax. Another tip is to come freshly showered if possible. If not, you can always let your waxer, me, know, hey, I'm coming from work, whatever, so I know how to cleanse you well. Sometimes you don't get the opportunity to shower before your appointment, which is totally understandable. So just let your waxer know, and then we'll know how to modify the appointment. So now we're going to discuss what goes on during your appointment. It's best to avoid touching the area after the wax is removed. When you touch the area or you try to feel how things are going, you are transferring a lot of bacteria to the area, which is now open. It's like an open wound per se, right? So you want to be mindful of that. It's better to just not touch it at all. Another thing to avoid is closing up after the wax gets applied. So say for instance, I apply some wax under your arm, and because you're nervous, you close your armpit. All that wax, it's no longer evenly distributed, and it's going to affect the results of the wax because we may have to go over the area again. It's always good to let your waxer know if you prefer a quiet appointment, if you prefer music, a podcast, if you want to talk. It's always important to let your waxer know what we can do to make you more comfortable during your waxing session. So now we're going to discuss post-wax procedure. So like I said before, we want to avoid touching the area 24 to 48 hours after your wax session. So that means touching and feeling, making sure it's smooth. You want to avoid sex. You want to avoid anybody touching the area, okay? So any contact, especially with underwears, panties, tight clothing, you want to avoid as well. For the first 24 to 48 hours, you also want to avoid exfoliating the area. It can cause bumps, inflammation, discomfort, irritation. So we want to avoid exfoliating 24 to 48 hours after your wax. We want to avoid heavy oils, heavy lotions, scented lotions and oils as well. That can cause your pores to get clogged. Also, it's paramount that you let your waxer know if you get a reaction. Sometimes our skin reacts to things differently and unexpectedly. So be sure to communicate with your waxer what went well during your appointment and what did not go as planned during your appointment, so that we can do better and make sure that you're comfortable every single appointment going forward. I do want to make note that sometimes like small bumps after a wax can be totally normal. When the hair is pulled out from the root, it can cause inflammation, which can then show up in various ways. So sometimes people with less melanin, they get red-ish looking bumps. For people with darker skin tones or more melanin, ours can show up with like tiny bumps on the skin. These reactions should only last a day or two. Anywhere longer than a day or two, maybe 3 days, you should definitely let your waxer know so that we can know how to advise you. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was educational. I hope that you learned how to approach your waxing sessions, how to conduct yourself during your waxing sessions, and how to take care of yourself after your waxing sessions. Bye for now.